If you've been struggling with your content strategy at all on social media, this video is for you. Now, I know you've heard it in the past: educate, inspire, entertain. And the problem with that is most people don't know how or what that means. They're scared to educate people because they don't feel like they're an expert in the space or they know enough to educate people on. They don't inspire people because they're scared to share their story. They're scared to be vulnerable. They aren't sure, or they don't believe. They have a fear that they're not inspirational because maybe they haven't achieved this big fancy result or income claim. And then as far as entertaining goes, they misunderstand entertaining and they think that means just use trending audio and that's gonna get the kicker. All of that is absolutely incorrect. So I'm gonna break it down for you even simpler, and I'm gonna give you 12 examples. So this video is going to be a long one, and I'm not apologizing for it because it's what you need to hear. If I were you, I'd like and save it because I'm gonna give you so much truth in here, you're gonna wanna come back. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna throw out, for the sake of this video, the educate, inspire, entertain. I'm gonna throw that out the window and I'm gonna give you 12 examples of what you should be talking about in your content. This is probably one of the most valuable videos I've ever actually made, and I should definitely be charging for it. But stick with me till the end because I have a free resource that's gonna help you put this in your business as well. Now, what you really need to know is all of these things I'm gonna tell you, they do fit into educate, inspire, entertain. But the problem is your brain isn't able to understand what the subcategories of those three primary categories are. And that's what I'm gonna give you. You've probably heard it before, but you have to showcase that transformation in your content so that people see that your product or service is what is needed for them to get to where they wanna get. So by doing these 12 things, that is gonna showcase the transformation. Number one, you need to speak to their primary goal. You need to speak to what is their end desire, right? And 9 times out of 10, it's not money. You're probably talking to them about how they can make more money online, and that's not really usually their goal. Their goal is usually to alleviate some sort of emotional pain that they have. So by making money, they may not have to check the bank account before they go to the groceries. They may not stay awake at night thinking about, how much is in their account. So you're probably getting that all wrong. You also want to speak to their primary complaint, which is their pain, right? You've heard it, pain points. What is their primary pain, right? 9 times out of 10, it's not money. It's going to be that they can't figure out how to get their content to make a sale. They can't figure out why, they're not paying off debt quick enough. They can't, it's usually the problem, the literal problem, not money. Number 3, you want to speak to their secondary problem or their secondary complaint. They usually have something in addition to that, right? And a lot of times it goes hand in hand. So maybe their primary complaint right now is that their 9 to 5 is not bringing enough income in for them to be able to have extra money at the end of the month to pay off any debt. And then their secondary complaint is that they haven't been able to figure out a way to be able to bring in extra income. They kind of go together, right? So you've got primary complaint, secondary goal. What is their secondary goal? So maybe right now it's to bring in extra income so that they can start paying off debt. Their secondary goal is once their debt's paid off, they're gonna be able to treat their family to a vacation that they've always dreamed of. Number 5, the promises. So what are the promises that you are making to them of working with you, right? So what promise do you give them that you're gonna help solve that problem or desire? You need to know that. You're not just selling a product. Stop just being like, oh, I sell roadmap. What is the promise to them that you make? Number 6, the benefits. What is the benefit of working with you over working with someone else that sells the exact same thing or does the exact same thing? What are those benefits that they will get to help solve that primary complaint or solve that secondary complaint by working with you? You have to speak to that in your content. Number 7, objections. You need to be already handling the objections in the content. If you're not handling objections in the content, then you are going to speak all the time in the DMs overcoming how much does it cost? When am I gonna get my money back? I don't think I could do this. Why is this any different? All of those spam, scam comments, or even just people who are not ready to make a purchase. You need to be speaking to those objections already in your comment, already canceling them out. So when they come to you, they're ready to make a purchase. Number 8, what is their ultimate fear? Again, probably not money. If I'm speaking to the same person we've been speaking to this whole video, maybe their ultimate fear is that they're going to stay stuck in their business and they're never going to figure out how to bring in additional income to pay off that debt or get to that vacation. You need to be speaking to their fear, that inside their head content, in your content, so that they have no question about whether you're the person to help them or not. Number 9, false solutions. You need to be speaking to false solutions in your content. What this looks like is telling them all the things that are not going to work, all the things that they've probably already done that haven't gotten them a result. By introducing false solutions in your content, they know you know where they are in their journey. They know that you already understand what issues they're having and how to help them solve it. It separates you from all of the other people that are doing the same thing as you. Number 10, mistaken beliefs. You need to overcome their objections that they feel are correct in your content. So addressing their mistaken beliefs. For instance, if I'm speaking to that same person, maybe they feel like posting 6 times a day instead of 3 is the answer when we know it's not. That is addressing what they believe to be true as false. And that makes them question if they need your support or your help or your product or your service. This is kind of like calling them out, but it's very important because it shows them that you are the one they need to work with. Number 11, expensive alternatives. So pointing out expensive alternatives that people have. So for instance, if we're still working with that business owner, then maybe they go hire a social media marketing agency. Maybe they keep wasting money on courses that they're not actually implementing anyway. What are some of the ways that they're wasting their money on expensive alternatives when they could instead take that money, invest it with you, and start seeing an actual result? Now, number 12 is actually that free resource that I told you about. So if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, because I know it was a long one, but it's all very important for you to be able to develop a content strategy. But if you feel like you've been posting on social media and you haven't seen a result, 9 times out of 10, you're not addressing these things in your content and you are not letting your ideal client know that you are the person to work with. So I would, if I were you, go to the top of my page, go to my IG, DM me the word checklist. I'm gonna send you a 7-step checklist that's gonna help you audit your current content to make sure that it is speaking directly to your ideal client, and it's free.